A sociologist by trade, Dr. Chet found himself on a profound journey into the future after meeting Helen Wambach, one of the pioneers in the field of past life regression and future life progression. As they collaborated on their book, Mass Dreams of the Future, Chet began finding mysterious clues from the Hopi elders and crop circles as to what lies ahead for all of us. One of the most mystifying pieces is what he calls a 10-year reprieve from the prophesied events.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So what I found in my research, and first two things. One is that something happened approximately 9 years ago, or 8 years ago. And that was, no one knows, 1992 was a watershed year. I don't know what happened. All I can say is that something happened globally that pushed back all of the Earth change agenda by about 10 years. Very interesting. If you look statistically, and you remember I do statistical work, earthquakes and volcanic activity were rising from about 1975 to 1991 or 2. Crop circles peaked in 91, 92 and then fell off.
Right.
A lot of even paranormal activity and a lot of Earth change prediction activity, it disappeared. There were people who, in fact, were very popular. I won't name names in this, but suddenly they lost their audience because their predictions, rather dire ones about next year, were not happening. And this all took place in 92, 93. Then we went through a hiatus period of Earth changes diminished statistically, looking at it annually, until about 2001, 2002. And all of a sudden, 10 years later, bam, they're now going off the charts.
Right.
And the Earth changes have started up again. All of the predictions have started up again. The prophets in the native traditions are out there again, that they had kind of said, oh, well, we weren't wrong, it's just whatever happened. Something happened. Now, I don't know what happened. All I can tell you is that it was very clear. I did some testing over the years from 94, 95, because about 95 I realized, hey, this isn't happening the way we thought it was going to happen. And that's the dating problem. That's the linear time problem. But it's important to understand in our conversation because of this hiatus, this period. And one of the things I had seen that I'd never understood in the progression experiences, I didn't write it down because it was something that made no sense to me. It was like 3 bricks in a wall. And you know how bricks are delineated by vertical lines. And then all of a sudden, one of the middle brick popped up and the other 2 bricks slammed together. And I saw that vision 2 or 3 times at the end or the beginning of these sessions. And I suspect that brick that popped up is those 10, 11 years.
That missing time,
That missing time. And now, it's as if we were given, I think, a great gift.
Yes, a reprieve to get it together.
Exactly. A chance for a greater proportion of our current human population and civilization to get it together. Certainly the organic movement has blossomed in these 10 years. The green ecological movement has blossomed in these 10 years. There's been a lot of people getting back in touch to their roots, whether it is from European or African or Native American indigenous roots. We just came from Hawaii, where now we're in touch with some Hawaiians. They've put their whole culture has been sewn back together in many respects in these 10 years. So something in this reprieve of time has, I think, come to our benefit.
A little period of grace.
Exactly. And hopefully people have learned from this. That's what I would say. If I've spent any time in that period, I learned this about 96, 97 because I started doing this research, and I would say to people, here are some predictions. Well, if this and this and this happen, then we're on the fast track. And if they don't happen, we're on the middle track. And then let's look at this and this and this. And if they happen, maybe we're on the slow track. Well, for about 4 or 5 years, the slow track predominated. Then the middle track, and then it was very interesting. About August of 2001, the crop circle suddenly came to a whole new level. In fact, there was a really significant answer that came to some cosmological questions that we had sent out into space decades before. And guess what happened? All of this information was about to pop in the press when 9/11 took place.
Yes.
And everything changed, and suddenly that brick popped up. The 2 slammed together, in my mind, is what I saw, and here we are on the timeline again.
This interview is full of information regarding visions of our future on planet Earth. For the full interview, go to ConsciousMediaNetwork.com.